Hi, Marco Di Stefano here, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Virtual Orchestration series. Today we are going to see my approach for rescoring a trailer. In this specific case is the trailer of the movie The Maze Runner, which I recently rescored for the Facebook group Film Scoring Practice. The trailer that we are seeing here will be without any sound from the video. So if you want to see the final result, listen and watch to the final result, you can go to my website marcodistefano.art, and here you have the rescore project and you have it. So the first things to do when rescoring a video that already exists is to work on the tempo track. That's because the video has already been built based on the music, and we want to create some music which is fully aligned with the video. So certainly there will be some specific hit points in the video where we want our beats to be in sync. Let me to showcase what I did here. I will mute everything and I will enable the click. Then let me put this a bit bigger and show you what happens on the tempo track. Okay. So this is the tempo track of the wall of the full composition. Let's put it into the wall frames. Okay, so let's hear what happens. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see how the beat, how the tempo changes to have some beats which are aligned with the images, but also how the signature of the tempo is changing from, in this case, 4/4, 3/4 to 4th. And now look at this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. For the rest of the video, the tempo stays the same. So that's something which is very important. Whatever you are doing rescoring, you need absolutely to adjust your tempo in order to fit with the video, which has already been done, and so you have to adjust to it. So the video, the small video is like 1 minute 40. Looking at it, you can see that there are clearly 5 different parts of the video. So the first one is where he wakes up into this elevator going up, and there is a lot of tensions in this moment. Then there is the second part in which he actually see all these people chatting and discussing around him. He doesn't understand where he is, so there is also here a lot of confusion. Then there is the third part where he realizes to be in a very strange place. So there is this valley surrounded with these big walls. The next part is where there is some action, and the last part is again full of tension. So my approach, it was to look at this like 5 different parts and see and to build some music which fits perfectly for the different 5 parts. For the first one, which is the very big moment of tension, so I choose to use some violin strings from London Contemporary Orchestra strings. So let's listen to it. Maybe. Yeah, all right. That's it. So just the only thing which is more than the strings here is these percussions, which is doing some beat. It's like some kind of heartbeat. Voila. So this part is, let's hear it all together. Okay, then the next part is when he is actually surrounded by all these people, which he doesn't know. He doesn't understand who these people are. And so for this, I decided to have again some strings, which are doing a texture, but especially the main part is played by these hoods, which are doing some chattering. So look at it. Yes, and this comes from Albion 3. Then there is also some rhythm going on with some trombones from the Bernard Herrmann Composer Toolkit and from Albion 3. So let's listen to this part with also this. And finally, there is also strings which are playing. So to create these textures, let's hear only the strings. Okay, let's mute this one. Okay, that's a beautiful sound that we get with some articulation from the London Contemporary Orchestra. So if I think it's worth going and giving a look at what happens here. So we have, I'm using this one woozy vibrato. So let's hear. And then long harmonics. And it's pretty similar for the others. Okay, so then there is the next sections, which is when he actually realizes to be in this such strange place, valley. And in order to do that, I'm introducing a new element, which is a sequence of chords which are played in this case. So I will show you what is playing this. So we are on the channel 4. On the channel 4, I'm using a Spitfire Audio Simcoe Felt piano and the EUFON longs and hits together. So they are mixed together to give this sound that you listen here. This is an important sequence because you will see that then later it will be taken again by the strings. And I decided to also have a bit of rhythmic here, which is given by this loop that I got from Albion 3. And then there is also a melody, which is played by again basses and cellos. So here I'm putting together the London Contemporary Orchestra strings and Albion 3. So look at it. Let's hear it all together. Yes, and then here this introduces to a moment of more action moment. So where we have, first of all, we have this melody here that moves from 4/4 to 3/3. So there is a change in the time signature. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there is a change of the signature, but also the time decreases, so there it goes a bit compensated. And then, so in this part here, we mainly, so there are some, the brass are introduced, and I will show you what they do. Yeah. Then we also had these trumpets here. So here again. Voila, so here there was a moment where you could see everybody running, and I decided to emphasize this moment with this rip here. So listen to it. Voila. I think it makes very well its job. And then there are some percussions going on. I will let you listen to them. So there is it's the Hans Zimmer percussions plus timpani. So look at this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, I decided to put some compressions on the percussions. There is also there are also instruments from brass and woodwinds playing here. It's mainly chords. Okay, let's listen to this part all together. So you can see that here during there is a moment in which there is only these woods that you listen as a transition, and they make the transition to the next part, which is where we have a bit more actions. And I decided to use again here some loops with some percussions. In this case, so it's first introduced by this one. So let's look. Well, and then there is you can see here there are the strings which are playing again back this pattern that before was done by Yufon. So look at it. Okay, so this now is taken by the strings, and I'm building on top of this. Okay, and then after this introduction from the strings, there is an exploding melody which is given to the brass. Let's listen simply to this melody. So what do we have here? So we have a Spitfire symphonic brass. We have Bernard Herrmann toolkit. We have again the brass. And this, if now we listen to all together, makes quite some noise. Okay, sorry, I need to start from the, voila, here. Okay, so what to add here? As you can see at the end, so there is the brass fade out, and you have some mass woodwinds. For this one, I used the mass library from Spitfire Audio. And then you have these textures, which is playing with the strings. Okay. It's again, this is Albion 4. That brings to the last part where I'm using the exact same idea of the first part to build up the tension. That's it. Maybe let's listen for the last time all together. That's it. Thanks for listening and watching, and see you in the next one.